Hi, this is Vishal, editor Simply Gurgaon. I am in conversation with.
Hi, I'm Shalini Mehrotra, principal Vidya Devi Jindal School, Hisar, and now almost for 2 decades I have been with education. And I feel that this is a journey that continues and my learning is in process.
Ma'am, Jindal Art Foundation, 22nd Art Festival, which you're doing right now. So, can you just enlighten us about that?
Vidya Devi Jindal School is a vision of a philanthropist plus industrialist Shri OP Jindal ji, who had a very far-sighted vision, who was a visionary and could see years and years ahead. And in that time, when even today, when India is fighting for the right place for a girl child, in those days back, he could conceive the concept to have a good education for a girl child in a state like Haryana. And so what we got out is Vidya Devi Jindal School today, well known to the entire country. And 7th August being his birth anniversary, we always want to remember, we call him fondly like Babuji, and we want to remember his birthday as a festival in our community. So we have Jindal Art Festival.
As a student, what are your outstanding achievements? This kids, children from your school would like to know your other side as well.
I personally feel that and in today's time it's more relevant for the students to understand, and which again, as I say, back in life when I was a student, I always felt that achievements have to be very personal agenda. We should only be competing with ourselves. We should never try to compete with others, because I believe that we all are very unique individuals. And moment you start competing with others, you actually insult yourself. And that is what I keep telling all my students from my journey as a teacher. So if I look back, yes, in my school days, I became prefect. I used to play chess. I used to be a good debater. But I don't think these are the things that counts on anybody's CV. What should count is that did you have a happy school life? And that's very important. So I would say, as a student, I enjoyed every moment of my school life, and that's what I wish to see today as the head of the institution. And I try to make sure every morning when I come to office that every girl in this school should have a smiling face. We should have a happy school.
What is your success mantra?
Be satisfied with what you have and never look for what you don't have, because everybody will have their share of, in this universe, their share what they deserve to have, and that keeps me happy. As I said, I do not compete with others, but I do keep competing with myself, and I keep raising the bar for myself. That what have I done today, what have I achieved today, what should I add on to that so that I can make tomorrow a difference.
What do you like about children and a residential school?
I think that's real life. If you have to study, then you better be in a residential school, because that gives you holistic education. You cannot impart education in sections, in fractions. And a day school, however best they may try, within a packed schedule of morning till afternoon, you exactly it's impossible for you to do that. But in a residential school, it is a home away from home, and education happens in a natural environment. The children don't feel that they have come to school. They feel they are in home and they are learning something. So it is more of a learning playground for them rather than a formal education. So that's what I think a residential school can provide. And at the end, what a child becomes, he becomes or she becomes a person for a lifetime. All the skills that the child learns in these formative years of a schooling becomes his or her credentials for the future, where he or she has to contribute back to the industry as a creative and an innovative person.
Do you think it is difficult to handle girls than boys?
Tough question. Uh, I think we should never compare girls and boys. And that's how God has made them. They are very, I am being a woman also, I always keep saying that do not try to prove yourself to be superior than men because you already are. And you are naturally born superior. So there shouldn't be any competition. Boys are very different from girls. Both actually complement each other. There are things that girls can do beautifully, and there are things that boys can do beautifully, and these are two pieces of a masterpiece, and if you join the two, the whole picture becomes so beautiful. So for me, both have been, as I said, a very joyful journey. Being with boys is wonderful, being with girls is is more wonderful than that. It's We don't handle children, I think this is a wrong term, I believe. We shouldn't manage human beings. We should live with them, we should understand them, and we should grow with them. Children teach us today more than what we can teach them. So it's an experience, it's a journey to be moved together, to be lived together, and to be cherished together.
Vidya Jyoti Jeevan Jyoti. Vidya Devi Jindal School, the motto.
Yes.
What do you have to say about the school and the motto? That's it.
Vidya Jyoti, Jeevan Jyoti. It's if you the only way your life can be enlightened is the way through education. Vidya is education. If you have been enlightened with education, your life gets enlightened. And that's such a simple fact.
Obstacles you have faced in life.
I don't see them as obstacles. I see them as those opportunities which gave me more confidence that I can overcome this and I can achieve more. So every obstacle has been an opportunity for me to grow bigger and to become stronger.
Ma'am, is there anything that you still aspire for or want to accomplish?
Again, I don't see life as a race. I enjoy every day. I'm a very self-satisfied person, and whatever I live in present. I believe to live in present. The biggest curse that the human beings have is that they try to spend their maximum time either living in past, which you cannot have it again, or dreaming about future, which is not certain. I think that the happiest way a man or a woman can live is that live in your present and enjoy this moment as I'm doing right now.
Advice to young generation and a young parent like me, mm, these days, earlier there were 2 kids, 3 kids, nowadays it's a single kid.
Yes.
And we send him or her to an boarding school. So parents do have an emotional burden, like if we compare in terms of 9 out of 10, one parent sends their child.
Correct.
So any message for generation and to young parents you would like to give in this?
I always keep telling I'm also a parent, and I always keep telling myself that we should not give birth to children because we want to live our dreams through them. We are simply have been maybe a cause to bring them to life, but then we should leave them to live their own life. You more and more you will leave them free, and you support anything and everything that they're saying. More and more mature and happy human beings they will become for tomorrow. Today's crisis is this, that every parent has one or two kids, small. There are small families, and in those families the expectations are so high that the small children today who haven't yet started enjoying life have gone through so much of a stress level. So as an educator, I keep telling all the parents that please do not try to live your dreams through your children. Let them live their own dreams, set them free, and they can touch the sky. That's I think I believe in.
How do you spend your typical day?
Yeah, that's from morning as my kids do in the boarding school. I also get up early in the morning, and then of course for some time with myself, little of meditation, little introspection, thinking of what are the things I would like to do in the day to day, my agenda, my important things, and then I start the school with assembly. After assembly, I am in my office. I do make sure that what amount of paperwork or other things do I have as an administrator, I should get a chance to interact with children every day. I do take rounds of the school once or twice every day, and then during the refreshment time, that is their break time, my office is open for children. So, and I make sure that more and more children should be free to walk into the principal's office and can speak and talk anything that they feel like. And after that, in the evening again, my principal's day starts, but it never ends. Let me say, put it. So it's not an off time in a residential school. In the evening, we have a sports. So whenever intra-house and all, I would like to be a part there to witness it. Then I do go and visit boarding house where my kids live. And then, of course, if everything goes well, then after a round of the school, I go back home and I spend some time, and I always make sure with myself, and I always make sure that I read something good before going to bed. And that's how the other day comes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving us time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.